It looks as though the weather's breaking at last. We could be in luck for our boat ride today.
We have Susan, driver extraordinaire. She has taken us through snow-covered passes, through wild cities with heaps of traffic, and we are here now at Lake Van safely.
We are, and we're heading around to the Armenian Church at the moment, and it's about a half-hour drive, maybe a little bit longer for us as we're not sure of the road. But driving in Turkey overall has been pretty easy. They don't use their indicator. They do speed a lot, so you do have to be careful. But other than that, it's pretty normal. If you've driven in a couple of countries already, you won't have any troubles driving here in Turkey. The cities are difficult though. They're quite chaotic, cars and people going everywhere, so that does make it quite difficult. But out on the open road, it's easy peasy. Honestly, such beautiful and dramatic landscapes out east. Okay guys, let's talk about a few hints with driving a car here, what we've gone through. When we picked up the car at Van Airport, we had to pay a 500 lira deposit. So we had to put a deposit down even though we had full insurance. So that was a little bit strange, and supposedly when we take the car back, we get our 500 lira cash back. So I'm hoping that all goes smoothly. Other than that, driving hasn't been a big problem. Like I said before, the streets are quite narrow and quite chaotic in villages and towns, and can be difficult to negotiate. But overall, it's been pretty easy driving. Highways are divided, so you don't have much head-on traffic coming at you. And the roads are in pretty good condition once you're outside of the villages. Around the villages, there are quite a lot of potholes, but other than that, it's been pretty easy. So definitely recommend driving yourself in Turkey. The car cost with full insurance about 70 New Zealand a day. Another thing too, petrol is quite pricey here really. We paid 8 lira 65 per litre, so that's, well, it's cheap compared to New Zealand. It's just over a New Zealand dollar, so in that way it's quite cheap. But it seemed expensive here anyway, maybe because we're not really earning much money here, so we're watching what we spend. But yeah, it's $1.20 New Zealand per litre. So for everyone back home in New Zealand, you're probably thinking, wow, what a bargain. But when we had to hand over the cash at the gas station, it stung a little. So yeah, it felt a bit expensive to us. But gas stations are everywhere, so it's not difficult to find a place to fill up at all. Just don't let yourself get too low to begin with, and you won't have any problems. Thanks for listening. I'll just give you some tips on taking the boat out to Akdama, the island where the Armenian Church sits. First of all, it's about a 30-minute drive outside of Van. You can get an autobus, a local bus, to bring you out here. They run every few hours through the day. Of course, we drove out here, and we're just waiting now to board.
Yep, so we're at Akdamar Pier now, and you need about 15 people, ideally, for the boat to go. It's 25 lira per person for the boat, and then it's 35 lira per person for entry onto the island, which is how you can get into the church and everything.
Yeah, so the entry to the island is called a museum ticket. If you have a Turkish museum card, you don't need to pay for that ticket, but of course we don't, so we need to pay for it. So all up, it's 60 lira to go over to the island by boat, come back, and go inside the church. So it's a nice half-day tour. You can spend an hour or 2 hours over at the church. I think 2 hours would be heaps. Hour and a half would be just a nice amount. Weather's cleared a bit for us.
Yeah, it's starting to feel really nice. Also, the wind's dropped, which is really good for the boat ride and also for being over on the island. So, looking forward to this.
Yeah, so if you're in Van, definitely recommend this. Come and do this. This is the highlight, really, of the city. So it's well worth it to come and check out this 1100-year-old Armenian church. We're on our boat, heading off to the Armenian Church, Qadam, on an island in the middle of Van Lake. Just reversing out of the marina at the moment. You can see with those dark clouds, there's a bit of a storm brewing. Anyway, it seems to pass through pretty quick here, so hopefully it doesn't last too long. We're pretty excited to be heading over to the church. It's something we've had our eye on for quite some time. Didn't get the greatest weather on this trip, but anyway, make do with what you've got. Hello, Captain. How are we doing? That's where we're going?
Yes.
That island there.
Qadam.
Yeah, Qadam. Fantastic, but look at the rain coming. Yama. Çok yama. Too much yama.
It's a bit cold. We didn't expect this.
Didn't expect this rain that's coming.
Rain again.
Yes, we left our rain jackets in the car because we really thought it wouldn't rain again. The island is the largest of the 4 islands in the lake. It's about 3 kilometers from the shore, and the church itself was recognized by UNESCO in 2015. The church is surprisingly small, measuring just 15 by 11 meters. The dome is 20 meters high. So we've just walked up the hill behind the church a little to get a good vantage point for some still photos, and we've come across these awesome engraved stones. Look at this. Remembering this church is 1100 years old. It was built by the King of Armenia back in the 900s. Amazing. He put a settlement on this island. It's where he chose to live. And yeah, we've just come across these engravings. Amazing. A couple more at the back here. Not sure if you can see that one and that one there, but really amazing. This one here in particular. Sufu, looks like it says there. We swing around to the church with the amazing mountains behind it. Can't wait to take this shot. Hopefully the mountains clear shortly. And if we swing back around here, you can see beautiful Van Lake and the countryside surrounding it. It's an awesome location. Such a shame we didn't get better weather. Gagik I, the Armenian king who reigned over the area and who was responsible for building this church, was a vassal under the Abbasids, whose capital at the time was Baghdad. Church, snow-capped mountain behind, sun grazing those foreground hills. Really beautiful location. Absolutely stunning. Alright guys, so that's the end of our visit to the Armenian Church here. Fantastic, Qadam, the name of the church, and the island, I believe. How was that?
It was great. Unfortunately, our boat back is awaiting us, and our flight back to Istanbul is also awaiting us. So we gotta go. Can't spend any more time here, which is a shame because the sun's now coming out beautifully.
Yes, of course it is. All right, we'll catch you in the next one.
We're
Girls on the Loose. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye. So howdy guys. We've made it back to the airport. Our 3-day adventure here in Van, Far Eastern Turkey, is over for now. We may come back. We had a great time.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. I wish we had a few more days, but of course I have to get back to work, which means we only had the 3 days of the long weekend.
Yeah, unfortunately, because the weather's just come good too, which is a bit sad now that we have to leave. But anyway, we got the car back. All was good there. We got our 500 lira deposit back. Car, no damage. Filled it up with gas before we dropped it back, and yeah, guys came out and met us in the parking lot, checked the car over, signed off, and that was it. So now we've just got a little bit of a wait until our check-in opens. We got back a bit early because we didn't want to push it. So signing off for this vlog, and remember to watch and subscribe, and we're Girls on the Loose. Bye.